something intoxicating about the love we can't have, isn't there? Throughout history, forbidden love has captured our hearts and imaginations. It's a theme that echoes in the pages of novels, in whispered poetry, and even in the lives we live today. But what is it about forbidden love that makes it so captivating? Is it the thrill of defiance, the allure of the unattainable, or perhaps the way it mirrors our deepest vulnerabilities? In today's video, we'll explore the psychology, literature, and timeless appeal of forbidden love. So, light a candle, settle in, and let's step into the shadows of desire together. Forbidden love isn't a new concept. It's been a cornerstone of storytelling for centuries. From the star-crossed tragedy of Romeo and Juliet to the haunting intensity of Wuthering Heights, these stories grip us with their raw, emotional power. But why? One reason might be that forbidden love feels timeless. It transcends cultures and generations. It's a universal struggle between the heart's desires and the boundaries society imposes. Whether it's family feuds, societal expectations, or class divisions, these obstacles make the love feel more powerful, more significant. And when something is forbidden, it often becomes even more desirable. From a psychological perspective, the allure of forbidden love has a lot to do with the human brain. When something is off limits, our minds perceive it as more valuable. This is known as the scarcity principle. Dr. Robert Cialdini, a leading psychologist in the field of influence, explains that the harder something is to obtain, the more we want it. It's why people covet rare gems or limited edition items, and why we're often drawn to forbidden relationships. The added obstacles create a heightened sense of urgency and desire. Every glance, every touch becomes charged with meaning because it feels like something we're not supposed to have. This thrill of defiance, breaking rules or challenging norms, is a major factor in why forbidden love resonates so deeply with us. But there's more to it than just scarcity. Forbidden love also taps into one of our deepest fears, the fear of loss. When love feels precarious, like it could be taken away at any moment, it becomes infinitely more precious. Some of the greatest stories ever written revolve around forbidden love. Let's take a closer look at a few iconic examples and the unique ways they explore this theme. Perhaps the most famous forbidden love story of all time, Romeo and Juliet, is the quintessential tale of two lovers separated by family feuds. What makes their story so compelling is the purity of their devotion, juxtaposed with the tragic consequences of their love. Their story reminds us of the pain and sacrifice that often accompanies love that defies societal norms. Then we have Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff and Catherine's love is far from pure. It's turbulent, obsessive, and destructive. Yet it's their inability to be together that fuels their passion. Their story speaks to the darker side of forbidden love, obsession, jealousy, and the way unfulfilled love can consume a person. In The Great Gatsby, Jay Gatsby's forbidden love for Daisy Buchanan is rooted in nostalgia and idealism. His relentless pursuit of her reflects our own tendency to romanticize the unattainable, even when it's not necessarily what's best for us. But forbidden love isn't all romance and passion. It often comes at a cost. The secrecy, the lies, and the sacrifices can take a toll on the people involved. In many cases, forbidden love forces us to confront the most vulnerable parts of ourselves, our insecurities, our fears, and our willingness to endure pain for the sake of love. In stories like Anna Karenina, forbidden love leads to destruction. The weight of societal judgment and the strain of living in secrecy can become unbearable. Even when the love is pure, the circumstances surrounding it often lead to heartbreak. This is part of what makes forbidden love so powerful. It mirrors the human experience of longing and loss. It reminds us that love isn't always easy or perfect, but it's worth fighting for, even when the odds are against us. The theme of forbidden love isn't just a relic of the past, it's alive and well in modern storytelling. Think of Bella and Edward from Twilight, whose love defies the natural order of humans and vampires. Or the Duke and Daphne in Bridgerton, whose relationship challenges societal expectations of marriage. In these stories, we see how the allure of forbidden love continues to evolve, reflecting the complexities of modern relationships while staying true to its timeless essence. At its core, forbidden love isn't just about romance, it's about the human spirit. It teaches us about resilience, sacrifice, and the lengths we're willing to go for connection. It also holds up a mirror to our own desires, fears, and vulnerabilities. Why do we yearn for something we can't have? And how does that yearning shape who we are? Perhaps the real power of forbidden love lies in its ability to remind us that love, no matter how complicated, is worth pursuing. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the allure of forbidden love. Whether it's in the pages of a novel, on the screen, or in our own lives, forbidden love will always captivate us.